Oh, hey. Nice, nice. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Or it helped you sleep, one or the other. Whatever it needed to be. I like it. I think there's some issues with it that make it like some major issues that make it a little easy. But that's okay. It's definitely things that I would like adjusted. How do you like it? Like, I don't play it. I'm an EU4 guy. Fair. I think the military balance is just whack. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's where I think the game's... I made a video about it actually a few days ago. You maybe saw it, but like, if they made the military a little bit better, it'd probably be like pretty good. But unfortunately, AI doesn't... I almost feel like I was thinking about this. I was like, I think I need to make a mod that just disables professionals, and the game would be like way better because it would be like, I don't know, like way more challenging. Because then it's kind of just like, oh, your country size versus their country size. You know? So I'm kind of like that. Maybe that would be like better in the short term until they figure out the balance, and like getting the AI to build things. Because I'm like, yeah, that's like what I was thinking. Like for a balance mod was like, 3 things I would disable. I think to make the game a lot better would be disable forts, disable professionals, and disable mercenaries. And I actually think the game would be like way better because it would be like way more challenging, right? And then it wouldn't be like you have to siege everything, right? It'd be like the war would be about like if you can beat their armies. There would be there's my easy fix for, how they could fix it in the short term. I think there should be all those mechanics in the game. They just need to be worked on. I'm not saying like there shouldn't be forts or there shouldn't be professionals. Just, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. It's just a matter of like the AI doesn't... I think there's like an issue with like force limit not being in the game. Because then it just like, I don't know. The AI just like... There's kind of not enough limits in place in the game. I feel like. In EU5. Like the whole like you can kind of there's overextension. You can just like take like as much land as you want. It's fine. Not even that destabilizing. Like just take whatever you can into peace still every time. Like in the EU4, overextension will be like a huge factor in deciding if you would want to take land. You can just have infinite subjects if you want. We're gonna let you conquer without regard of distance. That's fine. Like we just like in EU5 you can just do whatever you want. Like there's no restrictions. Just testing some like economy stuff. Like control is basically just whatever now. You're like, oh, we're gonna give you these buildings to let you have control wherever you'd like. Okay. Thanks. No. You see, the thing is, I've actually been trying to work on my economy this game. I've been building things. Okay? I've been trying to build things. And that's why I was like, I need people that are good with economy. It's okay, yeah. Well, at least in the lens that I care about. So, no, I was trying to like theorize economy, like. So I made everything in the towns here. I was like, is that like viable? You just make everything in the towns and then like, you know, mass build like all your burger stuff and your scriptoriums and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like theorizing, like, is that good? So I'm like, it seems like it could be, but like, I mean, in my thought process is like, all these RGOs seem like they're funny enough. The best RGO is Silk, but it's our capital, so you can't like, you know, it's like, it's the one place you wouldn't want to be a city is your actual capital because it produces silk. But it's kind of like the rest of the RGOs suck around here, so can I just upgrade all the cities? Like they're actually, because you know, like don't you want your cities to be the places that you have the highest control possible? That's what I'm messing around with. Like I think I did this in the old. I want to say like I originally did this when I played the game. Was what I would do is I would like just surround my capital and cities, basically regardless of the RGO. And it would be like crazy good for manpower at least, because you know, like that gives you the most possible manpower because control is so heavily influenced by that. But man, the control goes so far down already, like 3. That's tough. It's like really the bad. That just seems so bad for like. But it also seems like it takes a long time to, you know, turn your city into something that can actually work. Because you build them and you're like, I'm gonna build all these buildings, and then you're like negative 5,000 burgers. And it's like, is that? I guess that maybe it works out in the future nicely. I don't know. But it also feels like the more you build things, the less, you know, it's like the less valuable they are. I feel like that's a weird one too. If that makes sense. It's like the more of something that you produce, the less valuable that thing is. I don't know. Who's an economy person that has advice? But what buildings? Like for example, like I guess in the abstract, like okay, what would increase demands for like each thing? Like what increases demand for say jewelry? Like what exactly is going like what who is demanding jewelry and how do I get them to demand more? Or like or something like books, like okay, well, you could build libraries, but you can only build so many libraries, right? Or you can only build so many universities, and then what? How do you like increase the demand of those things any further? Okay, but how do you get more nobles? Is it like you need to build buildings that are like specifically for the nobles? But it seems like there's like hardly any of those, right? Actually forgot I'm an empire. Yeah, but sure, but it's like, what do you actually build that is gonna, you know, increase demand for certain things? I know there's a loop between like paper and scriptoriums, and then that turns into like, you know, something else. But yeah, I think I'm actually max aristocrat in this run, like super, you know, heavily. Not naval enough. Do you guys feel like it's like naval governors are kind of awkward, or is that just me? I'm just like, yeah, it's a little awkward. It's like you want your land to be disconnected so that you can get more value, but it's just really weird. Like, it's weird that the game encourages you to do that. They're like, we want you to make your land like isolated, and it's like, that's kind of weird. I need more trend. How do I get more trend? This guy. Put that guy in the Navy. Where is this idiot? No. You're fired. So I can put you in this boat. I think it should too. I don't know. I feel like local governors and you know, naval governors are like just a weird thing, man. Like, I feel like it circumvents a lot of some of the mechanics. You're like, all right, like is this like a valuable thing? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a governor like here, which I guess I don't have enough nobles for anyways, but I could fix it. But so you put a bunch of, you know, you get a naval governor here, just so you can get more value in the gold. Is that like a reasonable thing to do? And I built a bailiff here as well. That doesn't seem to have enough people. What economy buildings like? Do you just go in here and like you're like, okay, just sort by money, or do you have like an idea of what you want to do? I know, that's why I'm trying to migrate more people here. Oh, this is working now. Yeah, the migration goes crazy. It's so fast. Kind of nuts. But yeah, I need to like get people to move here. I guess I'm getting the max value, or nearly. Is this like reasonable though, like to do this? Like, do you want to put a local governor next to the gold just so you can have more control? And it's like, well, how does that play into market access? Like, I guess I don't really understand some stuff like that. Like, do you make a new market just for the gold? I don't know. Probably not, right? But it seems like the higher building levels, the better for your production efficiency. So then my question would always be like, is it viable to like delete the buildings everywhere else except your capital and stuff close to it because you're getting more production efficiency if it's more stacked, basically? You know, instead of, you know, like it's almost like is it bad to spread out your buildings? Because it seems like you know you like the production efficiency. I see. But it's just like, is that like something you'd want to do? It's like, you know, delete your things. You keep having to freaking expand these every random time too. I wish I understood a little bit better, like why, like, okay, you put your 0.22 here. So it's like is your capital still the best value? Like, do I want to build whatever that is? I mean, you know. Like if I wanted to build what the game thinks is the most valuable thing, I want to build this, right? In my capital. And then is the idea that like you know, you build all the things you can in your capital, and then once you're at building limit, you build further down the line. Yeah. But is that kind of the method of like, oh, you're gonna hit your building cap, and then it's kind of like not worth it to keep building there? And then maybe at some point you're like, okay, if I had more building levels of the more profitable stuff, I'd start closing down like the stuff that isn't as profitable, or something like that. But like at the start, you could just build like a ton of stuff, right? Because you have so much building slots. So yeah, is that kind of like the idea? We're just. It almost feels like you want to be doing it at the same time, though. Like it's gonna take you a while to like build all your stuff, right? So and it's gonna take a while for them to be employed. So it almost feels like it's better to like start the process of that sooner than later, because it's gonna, you know, it's like you're maybe that's just like I don't know if that's real or if that's real logic. Like it seems to me like you would want to start, you know, building some stuff that would at least get your burgers kind of like get your people like I don't know, promoting to burgers, I guess is the way that I understand it. And I want someone to explain this to me. If I'm an RGO builder and it's like, okay, 29 profit in 3 years, like that's not real. You're not getting plus 29 income in 3 years, right? So what does this mean really? Like I've always I looked at that, I'm like, when you build an RGO, it's not like you're really getting plus 29% gold profit, whatever, in 3 years. Or is that like what does that mean exactly? Because I feel like it's misleading. But if you go to like RGO Builder or even buildings, let's say, like, okay, I want to build the most profitable thing, which apparently is this, right? And it tells you, okay, profit in 3 years. Like, is this the same calculation that's used with the RGO then? So in theory, like, if you wanted to build the most profitable thing right now with whatever money, it almost seems like it's always an RGO, or usually, right? So this is 29, and apparently the most profitable thing I could build here is this, shortly followed by that. Hmm. Yeah, I just like wonder, what do you guys think of like spamming cities everywhere? Like, is this reasonable? Like, are you like, okay, I want to just like encourage migration to the place to get 30,000 people, and then like continue to do that, you know, over and over, and then maybe you would do that with another spot with a governor. But if your capital is Constantinople, it's like, wouldn't you just want to urbanize things that are closest to your capital? And then, you know, go from beyond that. And then maybe, yeah, don't like, you know, obviously don't urbanize like gold or something like that, because that'd be stupid. But, you know, maybe like not horse, maybe like anything like 3 or above, you wouldn't want to do that. In fact, would you just want to like downgrade this? It seems like you might, right? Like, wouldn't you, like, why do I need that? Like, is that a pretty valuable RGO to like, for dyes, that you'd rather just like not do that? Like, in here too, it's like you wouldn't really want this to go like iron, right? Like, you wouldn't want that. Sure, there's no pops there now. Sure, but like, just migrate people there, right? It's like super fast. Like, if I just told them to go here, it's like they migrate like insanely fast. 877 in a month. Oh, you know, I forgot that I wasn't paying for food. Okay, don't judge. It was a rough start. But like, you say those things like, but like, why would you want to do that? You know, like, for example, you say like, okay, you want new markets. It's like, well, at what point do you want a new market? Like, what point of market access do you feel like you want a new market? What? No, I'm not talking about governors. So you're kind of thinking like, okay, you build a governor and then you want to build that location around the governor very urban. Is that kind of like the idea with the governor? Like, not just the, you know, the location itself, but like you're gonna like urbanize the area around it. Right. And then it becomes a question of like, when you're urbanizing, if let's say that you were playing this campaign and you're like, okay, I have an extra governor, which I actually do. Like, what are your thoughts of like, where do you want to put this governor, and like, what's the, how would you evaluate that? Like, okay, I have a governor. Here's my control. You know, I could definitely use help here or here, but is it more of a thought process of like, you know, like how are you now? I don't know. And at some point, would it be like a consideration to be like, I want to cut off my land so I can build a naval governor, right? Like, is that like reasonable to be like, I want to like subject out my land over here or something, right? So that like I could build a governor over here and get like more value, or something like that. Is that like a reasonable thing to do? I feel like it's troll, kind of, right? But like, is that like what you'd want to do? Sure, I could see Italy being good. Sure, in the long run. Yeah. So, as far as like, I don't understand this. If you look at this gold here, and it's, you know, it's got 70% control, or I guess max control is a little bit higher than it currently is, but how does the market access affect that? Like, am I losing? Like, trying to understand like how exactly it's calculated or something like that. Like, is it the control or the market access the more important stat when it comes to this gold location? And does that, like, how does that affect your market? Like, your market still has that gold no matter what, right? Like, it's going to your market. In theory, like what would happen if like you didn't have control in the market? Let's say I have 0 control and 0 market access. Like, that gold's still going to my market, is it? Is it not? Like, if I... Yeah, I've always understood control as like the like kind of like autonomy in EU4, right? Like basically the like percentage of the value that you get, right? Well, that's how autonomy is anyways, but basically, like, yeah, that's what like you're getting 70% of the value of the gold mine in this like scenario, right? I would imagine something like this. What do you mean if nothing's being produced by market access isn't relevant? So you mean like it's more important for like urban locations? Is that what that would mean? Sure. Now here's a question for you guys. Let's look at like if you went into here and you're like, okay, I want to use the builder, right? I'm gonna just mass build. Like, wouldn't this be wrong because it's like instead of building one here and here, it would be better to build two and two here? And that's not what the game would do for you? Or am I like misunderstanding? Because it wouldn't be better to build two so you get like a production bonus in the one place rather than spreading them out? Because it almost seems like if you use the builder, it like would want you to spread it out. So I was like, I don't understand like that. It's like, okay, Papermakers Guild, if you're like mass build, it's gonna be like we build one here, then one there. Like, would it not be better to just build two here? Or am I misunderstanding? Like, that's what I always looked at. I'm like, wouldn't it be better to like stack them all first in one location? Sure, but in the long run, it would be better. Yeah. But in my but like throughput, like if you're stacking them, you get production efficiency, right? Or you like some sort of production efficiency if it's stacked. Well, I know you can, like, sure, you can spam button. But I'm like, if I wanted to care a little bit more about the economy and go that route, like... Because I feel like in the long run, it'd be better, though, to, like, max out your cities. Sure. Yeah, but, like... So at what point would you, like, At what point would you stop upgrading stuff to cities? Like, what control? Like, I feel like Constantinople is kind of an awkward capital, too, because of, it doesn't connect to many things. I mean, it's a naval capital, of course, right? Because the idea is that you're getting actually more, like, I guess you're getting like more value in like the coast. Like maybe if I go, once I like get my maritime presence up and all that, it's already max actually, but. Right. Look, I guess like instead of it being like, oh, you're getting a lot of surrounding value, it's like your surrounding value is more like, like this, etc. But silk is so valuable. Is it worth to downgrade this? Like, these are the questions, right? Like, do you want more silk? Because silk seems kind of good. I don't know. Yeah. Naval's a little bit weird. It's not? So at some point you just say like, screw the RGO? No, I don't really feel like I ever have food issues, or not so much that it matters. Like if I just max all my RGOs. But I guess the question would be like, when is it not worth upgrading your cities to towns? Or sorry, your rural settlements to towns? Like maybe like an idea of like what, like for this, like I don't know, yeah, I have such good control, so you think that like I would want to upgrade even though it's silk, which is really valuable, I would be like, whatever. Like, if I have enough burgers buildings and it's like fully kitted out, it's gonna be better anyways. Like let's say in a universe where you were playing Bohemia, right? Bohemia has like a lot of gold, right? But like if you fully urbanized every other building besides the silver and gold, would you then want to urbanize the silver and gold? Like, because is it still more worth to have like a fully urbanized city than some gold RGO? Your provinces will starve at this point. I don't think that's necessarily true though, right? Like if you build like if you have like some rural settlements outside. Or maybe you have super expensive food. I don't know. I've never really had food issues because I don't urbanize, so maybe that's like an issue that I would like start to like, you know what I mean? It's like I in general probably don't have any food issues because I don't urbanize much. Race? I don't know what that is. Don't urbanize wheat? Why? No, it's fine. Like, why wouldn't I want to urbanize that here? I got good control, Wheat's not a very valuable RGO. But it's like, is it just me paying for food that's going to happen if that happens? I don't know. Sure. I see. But like, so I mean, how does food even work though? Is food like a general market? Like for food, is it like if I have wheat here, is this wheat only going to the province or is it going to the entire market? Like if you have this like province here, it's like you have wool fish. Like these aren't very like as valuable, right? So you're saying wheat is the most because it's like 8 food value. I feel like the little ice age hurts no matter what, even if you under urbanize it, it feels like it's rough. Yeah, so if your market has a lot of food, does it really matter if you're, like, do you really need food? Like, for example, what? So you guys are thinking that I should like leave this alone, like, undo this into a town, or don't make it into a city, and then just like downgrade it, and then like upgrade the wheat. The provincial food. So basically, this is saying that I have a negative balance, but the market is basically providing the rest of the food. Then is that what I'm understanding? So I have a negative balance in Byzantium, but the market covers the negative balance. So how does this affect? How does this local food affect me in general? Like, if my market has food, why does it matter if this particular location has negative food? Hover prop grows? What the hell is that? I'll find it. Don't worry. Pop growth. You'd think it'd be here. Oh, here. Like, what does this even mean? Sheep food here? That seems like a very vague thing. Available free land? Like, what do these even mean? So you think I would get more population growth if I... Sorry, words are hard. Would I get more population growth if I, like, downgraded this? Does it really matter? Why does population really matter? Like, can't I just import people and then they're all gonna migrate to there anyways? Like, if there are, I mean, if you have all your people already working, like, why do you need people beyond that? I guess would be the question. Like, let's say you have all your people, all your people are working, whatever the case may be, and you hit your max building level, so it's like, sure, none of it matters. I would agree. It's fine. Like, the game's so easy that it doesn't matter. But like, let's say we do want to invest in these things, right? Like, just for fun. You get max building levels, more pops. But like, I mean, but like, why? Like, okay. But like, why not just encourage migration to your capital then? If you're trying to get people, like, would that be like viable to just like leave that on forever and get like 1 billion people in your capital? Like, why not just encourage migration to Constantinople for like eternity? Why? Why? What do you mean? It goes negative? No, it's positive. Hinterland? What does that even mean? Oh, available land? And is that like based on like when this green bar fills up, then you don't have available land, or what? Hinterland is rural area around the town. So, where's the real value in this then? Like you said that, okay, we have a food shortage, right? Yeah, it has a ton of unemployed peasants, but like, that's going to happen regardless, right? Like, what do you even do? What do the peasants do? There's nothing to build for them to do. Like, I don't. They just hang out, just vibe until they can try to get a job and then get promoted to a burger or something like that. But I mean, why care about better food though here? Like, let's just say theoretically, like, I still don't understand. Like, nowhere does it say that this food is like a problem for me, right? Like, where is it telling me that this negative food is like bad? Do I have food positive compare? I'm sure it's probably somewhere. Sure. Here we have plus 76 food. No, that's not true. That's from the market too, isn't it? No, that's right. No, okay, it's saying last one's from the province. So we look here, like, so you know, you have a ton of food here, and is it much difference? You get 0.58 versus 0.7, 0.47. Is that even that big of a difference? Like, if you're only getting a couple, or is it? I don't know the math. I honestly don't, but wouldn't that be better in Constantinople anyways, because it already has 119K, so that population growth would be like a lot more people, even though the percentage is lower? Question mark. Like, it just seems like it seems more important that the market has food than you. Like, I don't understand kind of what you guys are on, like, you know, you guys mean. Like, here it's like, what number is being, because I feel like cheap food here is actually the same. Large food, okay, so there's large food storage in province is giving like a 0.11. Okay. I mean, that seems reasonable. It's just kind of like, relatively, I don't know how important that is. Like, you go somewhere like here and you're like, okay, well, you know, you're gonna have to get food from the market then, and then your population growth is going to be worse because you don't have like that 0.1. No, you do. Wait, why? Huh? Wait, I'm misunderstanding it again. Because it's the province stockpile. It's not even the food itself. It's just a stockpile. But why is there such a big stockpile? Is there like certain stockpile buildings that I must have or something like that? Why is there such a big stockpile? Granaries? What does the building even look like? Oh, here? Okay. So what determines where you can build a granary? No, I haven't wrapped my head around any of that. I'll tell you, it's easier to conquer the world than it is to try to sort out the economy in this game. I usually just don't play around with the economy much because it's like, you'll be rich anyways. But it can be kind of fun to mess with. But okay, then the granary, like, why not build every granary possible in the world? Like, what's the downside of building every granary imaginable? For example. Like, what's the negative of just, I want every granary forever? Why was it, what do you mean a marginal difference the more it build? Wouldn't that be good? It takes wood input. I see. Sure. Sure, but like, does it, like, what, I almost like not want to know the math. Like, if you look at something like this, and you're like, okay, what's point, like, is your yearly population growth, I imagine it's got to be based on the number of people you have, right? So, it's not like it's that good to have, like, for example, the most people, even though the population growth is percentage-wise is lower, it's going to be like better here because it's a percentage of how many people you already have, right? Would that be like correct? But I'm saying, like, does it make that big of a, like, let me like math this, like, I don't know. What's like, so what's like 0.49% of 119K? Like 500 people. That seems like it's like nothing, right? Like a year, like that's 500 people a year. So at the rate of 100 years, you'd be looking at 58,000. Is that like, is that on the sound right? And if you had like, let's say that you had a larger food storage, that you might be at, I don't know, 0.65. Then you're looking at 733. So if you had like, you could get like 20,000 more people. But like, why is that appealing though? Can't you just like be like, instead of doing that, couldn't I just conquer like one piece of land and, you know what I mean? Like it's 100 years to get 20,000 more people. Why not just like conquer a little bit of land and have them migrate there? I just felt like it's hard to like for me to like grasp the value there, I guess. Right, but like it seems like conquering land is just like better in every way for if you want to like increase your population, right? Than trying to like sweat over the little bit of population growth or like the prosperity or these types of things. But I'm not saying that yeah. Right. And is it like that important to have high prosperity? Like what makes you want to have high prosperity? Or like development? Like why do we care about development? It gives you like more buildings, I guess, lots of good like slowly, but it's like you can't really develop it everywhere. Right. But like I guess like let's say that you were you were doing both, like you're conquering and you're like building up your nation, you're going urbanized. It's like, does it really matter much? Like let's just say hypothetically I was playing Bohemia and I was just like kind of like mass expanding, but then like urbanizing literally everything around my capital. Like would I be like, would that be okay to do? Would there be like that big of a detriment to do that? Like even let's say I'm even urbanizing like gold and whatever, I just like keep urbanizing everything always. Right? Like what would there be like a really negative consequence of doing this? Like would I make a lot of money? Sure, yeah, I get that. Like I know that like nothing matters because the game's too easy. Like I agree. I mean that's part of the issue. But I still think it's like fun to like, like theoretically the game will get there. It'll get more challenging, and then maybe this stuff will matter. Right? Like let's say you were trying to make the most amount of money possible. Could you just would you just keep urbanizing more and more and more? Like why not? What would be the negative consequence of just urbanizing everything? Like I guess question would be like, will you be oh, I don't know. But like if you like would you want to urbanize everything? But would it matter if you're able to pay for food? Or like I mean, what if you just like okay, here's a thought. What if you like let's just say hypothetically, you urbanized all of Constantinople, okay? Like literally all of it. And then you took this market, deleted it, so it's part of the market, and then you made everything into rural areas and put food as everywhere as possible. Like, what would happen? Does it matter if you have low market access to that food? Like, or is that like a reasonable thing you could do? You'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna urbanize everything, and then I'll like turn this land over here into like food production, I guess. Why would it be less food though? Well, I'm just saying, like, I guess the idea would be like, okay, I mean, Byzantium's a weird one because they like their way the control works is a little bit different. But let's say that you like urbanize like I don't know something like this, right? And then you like unurbanize like this and this. Is this like viable? One rule, one rule maxing, one urban maxing. See the difference. I mean, that is true. That is true. I thought that market access didn't affect food from RGOs though, so I'm like wondering, like, okay, could you just like basically the idea would be like, okay, anywhere you have high control, you urbanize. Like, I don't know, the threshold might be like, I don't know, 50-ish. But why keep a rule of farmlands near your capital? Why? What are you? Why? Sure, sure. Yeah, like yeah, it's an interesting concept to be like, okay, I'm gonna have my market, and then like, you know, I'll urbanize like stuff that's like, and like here you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna urbanize like anything that's kind of like on the coast, right, or close to the coast, and then anything inland is like, you know, we'll downgrade it and we'll upgrade those RGOs to max, and we'll you know, whatever. I mean, what else can you do to generate more food? Is that it? Is it like, is there something you could do besides that? Like, maybe can you build granaries? Like, maybe that would be like an idea too, right? So you like, no, I guess food capacity wouldn't matter. But why would it implode? Why? But just the idea, like, would it be viable for me to be like, I'm going to urbanize literally everything here, and then I'm going to unurbanize everything that's not in this box? Irrigation? Will that be like, I'm just saying, is that like a viable idea? Like, what does irrigation even really do? What does this building do? Local food production. Okay, sure. What if I urbanize literally everything? Would that be a mistake? Like, could I just pay for food? I'm just like wondering, like, what would happen if I turned literally everything I own here into a level 3 city? Even the food RGOs. Literally everything. What would happen? Would I be rich? Would I like I'd imagine I'd be paying for food in some sort of way, but like would the money that I make up for it? Would I make more money because everything's urban, or would I like not because I don't have enough food? Like, I'm just curious, like what if literally everything goes, if we urbanize literally everything? And we try to get max buildings in every place. Maybe we don't like if we don't have any proximity, maybe the rule would be like, if we have no proximity, then we don't urbanize. Because what's the point? But if we have like at least a little bit of proximity, then maybe we will. Yeah, but you don't get much. Well, kind of. Not, I mean, not really, right? Like if you urbanize, I guess maybe if you're development, but your development isn't like affected by how your buildings, right? Why would you want to urbanize? Would they? Would they produce more than I could do? I'm sure like they wouldn't, right? Because you'd have to like upkeep your buildings, right? That's going to require like, I don't know how this stuff works. Okay. Why is there only 700 people here? But are you sure? I just want you guys to like theorycraft, like think. If I urbanize literally everything and I kept expanding, what would I be rich? everything is urbanized, and like everything looks like this, like Constantinople, like it's like building maxed, like a ton of stuff, right? Armories as well. Like I don't have those unlocked yet, but let's say that I have like max armories in every place as well. Like what happens? You'd be rich and hungry. But like, would I be rich enough to just buy food? Would I make enough money that I could just buy food? I think the buildings will be making profit because, like, for example, you have like building loops, right? Where it's like you have like you have like scriptoriums and what's the other one? And paper, these, right? So like you're producing papers that is used in in this, right? So it's like a loop. What? So then the question would be like, okay, let's say everything's urban, right? Would you A, expand your market larger so that you can suck up other people's food, or would you rather have multiple markets? Why don't you just test it? Because I'm trying to make a video, and if I like just throw the run, it's bad for content probably. I don't know. Like I think it's like might be bad to just like be like, yeah, I was gonna form Rome, but now I'm gonna make everything urban instead. But what if I feel like I should already have multiple markets here. Like this market should that like I should have multiple markets in this, shouldn't I? Like, this market probably should be into like 3 markets already. Being like, I mean, I guess it's okay. Like you kind of looking at pretty bad market access here. Probably pretty bad market access up here too. I just don't know what would happen. Like, I'm curious if you're like, okay, I'm gonna urbanize everything. I mean, I don't think there'd be value in urbanizing something with low control, right? Because then it's like, yeah, you're not really getting much value. So like at some point you wouldn't get it. You would be like, yeah, you would just downgrade it, right? Unless you get a controller eventually. But wouldn't it make sense to like okay, but there's always the idea of like, okay, you gotta get land in China, build a naval governor or whatever, and then like urbanize everything there. Yeah, you get more control for urbanizing, sure, a little bit, right? Like 10 control if it's a city or something, right? I feel like generalist is my ADHD brain can't handle, like slow explanations. Okay. I need to know in one sentence. I know. I like literally. Generalist would just say it depends. Like he would say it depends, and then he would lose me like in the first sentence or two. I'm not even like trying to be like, I like journalists. I'm not being rude to him. I'm just telling you what would happen. He would say it depends and then start explaining, and then I would like start thinking about something else because I'm ADHD, and it would be over for me. I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna have to start from the top again, and then he would just eventually lose patience and restarting the explanation again and again. But I mean, like, if I just urbanize everything, could be the way, you know? So let's say that you when you're asking someone to migrate, right? Like, where are these people coming from? I guess like one from every person, one from every location in the game or something. What is this? Okay, I guess so. They come from the market. Okay. So like, is it good to like if I have 30,000 people in each place, right? I can turn it into a city, right? And then everything would be a city. Pop. Sure. Like right now, it's doing that because yeah, it's coming from everywhere. Then how can you take like hypothetically, if you wanted to take all the people from China and put them into Constantinople, is this possible? Is there a way to do this? You're like, I want to take I just want all the people from China to move away from China. They don't fit in China either, though, but that's not a problem, right? They won't jump directly. Well, what if I could get them in the same market? What if I deleted all the markets? Like, what if I deleted every market from here to China? Like, what if I conquer the world and deleted every market, so I could get everyone to go to Rome, right? If we could get everyone in the world to just migrate to Rome, is this reasonable? We delete every market, everyone goes to Rome. Why would they jump to the closer locations though? I have encouraged migration on. They have to listen. Wouldn't they have like if we all live in one big market, right? Like if I opened my World Conquest save and I deleted every other market except mine, and we were all one big family, wouldn't they all migrate? Like wouldn't everyone migrate from the entire world into one location? Is that like something I could do? Theoretically. Well, not everyone. It's not even Constantinople they're going to, but sure. Who's not going there? It seems like that's a lot of goddamn people, right? That's like 700 people a month. Like that. Who's not going there? I guess there's some people going here. Why are they going here? Migration attraction? Surplus of work? What does that mean? Oh, it's because I just started building these buildings. Like there's tons of. Yeah, is that right? No, it's not a market center. I don't think. Oh, it is. It is. Not for long, it's not. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. 40 stabs just a number. All right. I know what to do now, guys. I think I figured it out. We urbanize everything to the moon. If we all live here, it's better that way, right? If we all live in Constantinople, it's better that way. Just everyone migrate here. What do you think the possible amount of people you could get one location would be? Like what's the like high end? I mean, you have like a capacity, right? You selves ignore the numbers, or journalists, the numbers are everything. I don't ignore numbers. How dare you? I'm very particular with my numbers. That's rude that you would say that. Yeah. I probably shouldn't get distracted with this run though, you know, like I was just like I don't know why I started building and then I was like interested in it. It was weird. I started building stuff and I'm like, I wanna build more things. I wanna urbanize more places. Something broke inside me. I don't know what happened. I feel like Lemon doesn't even play U5. Well, I mean, to be fair, he didn't play U4 either. Yeah, I think we gotta urbanize everything. That's the only way. How do you choose what buildings you build? You just go for the most profitable ones, and then you're like, okay, I'm happy. Yeah, let me just look through the game files. I'm pretty sure. Productivity efficiency. Which one's that? This number? So you're like, look at those tailors guilds, right? Look at that spinners guilds. Ooh. Well, yeah. I think you would urbanize the coast first. Sure. I mean, I think it makes sense that you would. Why would you urbanize something that you have no control in, right? Oh no. There's a spy here. Mortal Coil's a spy. He's a generalist spy. He's gonna know everything. He's gonna know how good I am at the economy. He's gonna try to steal my tech. Well, I think sure, yeah. It's you, it's you who's spying. You're gonna be like, Playmaker figured out the economy. You know, I figured out or who has the chancery? Like, what do you can't judge me for not having the chancery, bro. I don't even think I had the chancery like in most of my runs in way later on. Who builds that? Like I go here and I'm like, okay, if the government buildings aren't here, then it's like what you know, it is what it is. Where even was that building? But like, it's 5% cabinet efficiency. Isn't that just a number? You know what I think is something that's really stupid is the amount of crown power you can get by putting like one unit, like building a standing army of one person and making sure someone in the crown's there, one ship, and then cabinet. Like those three things are like 10% crown power. It's like, really? It's absurd. It just seems kind of stupid. I think urbanize everything is the way. No. There is nothing, there is no amount of money that would make it worth having vassals. They could offer me 10,000 a month and I would be like, not a chance. Well, yeah. Are we road maxing? I think I built like a road or two this campaign, yeah. No, mortal. It's not anyone's cup of tea, okay? I want no one to use subjects, okay? It's like training wheels. Like, bro, are you really gonna play a game with training wheels on? Like, are you kidding me? Play the game, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just like, yeah, eventually you gotta annex those guys, right? Yeah, you really want to like make like, come on, man. It's embarrassing if you have subjects. Everyone knows it. But can we talk about how they should gut subjects? Who's with me? Who thinks they should gut subjects? I think they should gut subjects. No. You don't have to have subjects. None of your land has 0 control. If it's integrated, it still has 20 control. I mean, are subjects not just extra cabinet actions? Like, let's be real, right? No, you don't need to have subjects as anybody. They're bad. They actually, I say that, but I'm using subjects in this campaign to, you know, to integrate culture convert for me. I mean, I don't want to culture convert, right? You need to have subjects so you can have extra cabinet actions. That is the truth. Got to have those extra cabinet actions. You can convert everything to Greek. Isn't that kind of stupid? Though. Subjects play tall better than me. Yeah. I feel like that's what you got to do, though. You got to like, it's actually so tedious. Okay, let me like, isn't it though? Like, okay, you make a subject and you're like, okay. First things first, I create the subject, and then I gotta wait for them to like integrate the land before I can culture convert, right? So I gotta like wait here until that's done, which is like pain. You're like, bro. So you're like, okay, and you're gonna be late. You're gonna forget about it, and it's gonna be like way late, right? They're not even starting. Like, what do you guys get your lives together? I've given you this land 4 months ago. You even gonna you even gonna convert it? Guys. All right, let's do an investigation. What are these clowns doing? Bro. What's the deal? It's been like 5 months. What are you doing? Why? He's like, no. Oh, am I putting too much? Am I like too much pressure on them? Maybe. Like it's like what's going on here? Are they intimidated? Okay, finally they learned how to play the game. Okay, so you wait. You sit here and you wait, right? Because you don't want to culture convert until like it's integrated, right? Is this like what you? This is like like the correct way, right? Like you wouldn't want to do this until probably 34, I guess, right? So you got to wait till 1434 and come back to start the culture conversion process. Because there would be no point in enforcing culture now because they're not going to be able to do it anyways. Right, but I'm saying like, so the process is create a subject, wait for them to integrate, then culture convert, right? And then you need to wait for, and then you need to like look at the locations and make sure that each location is at least at 50% before you integrate or annex. Like, is this like, am I only correct with this? Like how you should do it, or how like the most optimal way to do it is? And it's like if you want it to be faster, then you need to go humanist yourself, because when you release such subjects, they inherit your integration or your values. Well, of course you can. Of course you can integrate more if you have. It's just like all subjects are. It's just a way to cheese cabinet actions, right? Like now instead of using your cabinet to integrate land, you can just do random shit with it instead all the time, right? Because you never use it to integrate or culture convert. So you're like, I'm just gonna do random shit like encouraging naval or diplo rep or migration, or whatever, right? But it's like the only way that you can use your cabinet is if you use subjects. Otherwise, your cabinet's going to be like integrate, or assimilate. So like that's just bad though from a gameplay perspective, right? Like the idea that you're like, I'm going to use subjects so that I can actually use the cabinet. How is that good game design? Shouldn't I be able to use the cabinet regardless? Like I look at I mean, but it's fine. I mean, these cabinet actions are fine, right? You're doing something that's I guess strength in government is like broken, guys. Have you seen that? Like, oh, we just don't pay for cost of court anymore. Cool. Cool. We just don't pay for cost of court because we're strengthening the government. How would you redesign it? I think that I would make the integration and cultural conversion a different system that is different from like it's not a cabinet action. I think that you would make it so integrates all the land or something, but I don't really like that because that's too strong. But I think that I think there's too much stuff tied to this thing because you want to be able to do certain stuff here, but if you're stuck just integrating, that's not very fun. I don't think integration should be cabinet action. Okay, hear me out. Integration should be something that happens naturally over time that you cannot push along at any further speed. Same with culture conversion. Mortal Coil is trying to steal my idea. I said it first. I said it before you typed it, okay? like this stuff shouldn't be like, sure, it happens over time, but yeah. Like it should happen naturally. And I think that coring should not be in the game. Okay, hear me out. There is no yellow. Okay. I don't think that a land land being cored should be tied to your culture. But then I guess the question would be like, well, then why would you care about culture? But I think if in that regard, I think it would be more of like rebels and stuff like that, right? But why? But like, is it that interesting though? You like that? You like that you have to use subjects to culture convert? Like you have to use subjects to circumvent cabinet actions because, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's a good mechanic. But if you want to do it that way, like I don't really care, but don't make it something that's like, oh, you want to use subjects because I don't think that. Hear me out. Let me know what you guys think of this. Subjects should not. There should not be an ability to enforce culture. But maybe there should. I don't know. I really think. Let me ask you guys this: when you don't use subjects, do you ever find yourself in a scenario where you just you're just sitting at 5 cabinet actions doing the same thing? Because I think that's bad. I think that is just bad. Like the idea that I have to use my entire cabinet on one task doesn't seem very fun. Yes, assimilate everywhere or integrate everywhere. Like that's not fun, right? So how do you make that fun? Right. Like I don't think you want to have your cabinet even doing that type of stuff at all. But I don't think but it doesn't mean that it's just like subjects are the only way to do this. There should be like, I don't know. I mean, because I feel like at some point I don't even think like, okay. I don't even really feel like when I look at my nation, right? I don't feel like I have subjects. I feel like I'm integrating land. And it's just like, oh, this is how you do it, right? Like you don't care that you have subjects. This is the process of integration. This is just the buttons you click to get there. Like I don't interact with my subjects. I don't care about them. Or I guess I do interact with them to make them culture convert, but to me, I just think of subjects as like a bro, Shavana River work, let's go. Huge. Bro, no, I'm actually I've been playing a ton of League, okay? An addict. I'm learning 80 care for the first time. Huge. I said that. Did you guys know months ago I gave them feedback like that? You know what I said integrate area shouldn't be a hegemon thing. And in the age of absolutism, you should get assimilate area like like alongside the integrate area. So I left that feedback like 6 months ago. They didn't like it, clearly. But I did leave that feedback to the dev like forever ago. Yeah. Do you think though? Okay. Do you think the game would be challenging if you could, if like, hey, Mortal Coil, are you here? I have a mod request for you. I've figured out how we can fix the game. I need your help. I have the formula. I'm trying to urbanize. Like, well, I have a plan for my actual run that I'm working on. Is that I'm going to urbanize. I guess we're going to turn Rome into like everything in Rome is going to be urban. The entirety of Rome will be cities. You know, we'll form the Roman Empire, and every single location will be a city. What do you think? Good idea? 10 out of 10? Yeah, I do agree that every country is the same. But how do they fix that? By the way. But anyways, oh, my idea to fix the game I was telling you guys was we delete professionals. Okay? We just completely remove professionals from the game, and we completely remove mercs from the game. So the only type of combat is Levy. That way making it the most fair, because then your ability to wage wars is based on your country size. And nothing else, right? So this makes combat better than it is right now, which is, I know that's sad, but I think it's true, right? Like, combat would be better if there wasn't professionals in the game. Because it would be, like, more challenging. Because you would just have to, like, build up your nation to the point where you could actually fight somebody that's bigger than you. And the only way to do that would be, like, have good control and high pop. Okay, so that's my first major fix. Now, let me ask you guys, do you think this would be a better or worse combat-wise? I feel like for balance, it would actually be a better. Now, the idea is that it's a Band-Aid. Okay, it's a Band-Aid. It's not like I'm saying like this is the long-term solution. I'm saying like this is better than what we have now. No, hold on. Part 2, we delete forts completely. Gone. No more forts. Okay? So that combat is just about who wins the battles. And then once you run out of troops, you know, you can siege everything quickly, the war's over. Now, let me be clear. Band-Aid, not something I think is long-term viable, but I think it would be better than the current system we have now. And that's sad, isn't it? But I'm like, you know, I don't feel like it's not short-term viable. I feel like the game would actually be more interesting. Like, I think combat would be harder. Right? Well, okay. But like balance wise, I think it would be like the game would be much harder, right? Like if you're trying to, it would combat would be better, which I think is like isn't it? But let me ask you that though. I mean, okay, let me people in the chat, especially if you hate me, this is your moment. Okay, this is I'm calling you out. The hate watchers. Tell me if you think combat would be better if there's no professionals or mercenaries, and why. But isn't combat boring right now? Like you have 1 stack of professionals and you just win? Waiting for levies. I agree. Okay, let me reinvent the situation a little bit. Wait, that's just making. Damn it! You know what I thought of? You guys what I thought of? It was really dumb. I was like, okay, levies are standing armies, but they can replenish. Okay, all right. Are we cooking? And then I was like, wait a minute. That's just professional. But like, wouldn't it? I'm like, wait, yeah. I was like, okay. But what if your levies were always around, and that they replenished? Ah, what are we thinking? Pretty good idea, huh? But like, you would have like a set amount of units though, right? Because based on your population. I know it's professional at that point. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, but like on a serious note, how do you guys think? Let me just like, do we think that the combat system in the game is good for the game? Like, I'm actually just talking like, I think combat shouldn't even resemble what combat looks like right now. Like, I don't think the combat system we have in the game is good for the game. Like a basically just like EU4, but worse. Isn't that fair to say? Who would disagree with that take? Is this EU4 but worse combat? I think Vic 3 combat is better. 100%. I think it is. I don't even know I don't even know the answer to what I want the combat to be. What I'm saying is that I don't want worse EU4 combat for this video game. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I do not want worse EU4 combat. That's what we have. What do you guys think of that take? Thoughts? Like the fort system too. Like I'm just saying, like we carried over like the one of the most inspired things from this game is the combat, right? Okay. Topic of conversation. And I want to hear you guys' opinions. Both, okay? Should levies exist in every age? Should I see levies in the Age of Revolutions? Yes, there should be levies in the Age of Evolutions. Why? But they're not conscripts. That's no. That's conscripts is different. And I will not let you guys jump on that train. Okay? That's not the same. I think conscripts make sense too. But we do not have their. But I think the difference from conscripts is that those aren't the peasants with pitchforks anymore, right? Those guys are those guys are trained, right? Like, aren't levies more like we got the guy that was working on the farm with the pitchfork, and here he is, where conscripts are like, nah, like those guys like, like trained together beforehand. Like it's different, right? I think it's different. I think it's like a different conversation a little bit. But the question becomes like, let's say that you have, I don't know, France in the late game or something, right? How does France in the late game compete with you? He has as much money as you do. Why doesn't he build as many troops as you? But then the question becomes like, can you make a good system without force limit? Do we think force limit would be like a net negative or net or net positive? Like, I feel like it's like, to me, it's like something that I wouldn't want to be in the game, but I almost feel like it's necessary. Like, it's like, what do you guys think? Like, it's like, I don't like it from like a simulation perspective because it doesn't make sense, right? To be like, oh, there's like a little number value of something. Like, it doesn't really make sense from a simulation perspective because you could have as many professionals as you could afford theoretically, but for gameplay, is it like better? So you guys do think Levy should exist, though? Yes, I could agree with that. I think that I totally agree with that. Like, I think force limit is just like the easy answer. I think this game is too ambitious for its own good too. But the question, for me, I don't want to ever go into a battle where it's 20,000 losses to 20 guys. I think that's never good gameplay. Ever. That's not fun. I don't want to do that. I don't want that. It's just not fun. And so what do you do about that? And the reality is that I don't want to have to use, like, let's say that levies were really good, right? They were like relatively close to professionals. I don't even want that because then I have to use levies the whole game in some awkward combination with my professionals. That I don't know if that, like, to me, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like levies shouldn't exist. But then it becomes like a bigger question though too. Like, the system of combat should just be completely changed. Maybe, like, completely scrapped. Like, I know it's like a crazy take, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that the combat system should look anything like it does. I think Victoria's combat system is like closer to what I'd like to see than EU4's. I think the combat system should be completely scrapped. I don't even know what should replace it. I'm not here to tell you. Like, I have no idea. I just think that it's like part of the game that is like, it's just so far off the mark. I don't know. I think it's by far the worst part of the game, and it's but I don't know what you would, I don't know what you would do. Sure, yeah, I agree. But would that be fun? Like, okay, let me ask you guys this. It's the 1600s. Do you want to have to use your levies every war? Just like, let's say that like, do we want that? Like, would we prefer that we had to use levies every single war for the entire campaign? No? And then I'll like, okay, so no, it seems like overwhelmingly no, we don't want to have to use levies the entire campaign. And so, similarly, same question. Do you want to have to fight against levies the entire game? Like, because earlier you guys said that Age of Revolution levies was great. Like, you all said yes. So like, what are you guys saying? Didn't you just say that Age of Revolution levies were fine? And now you're telling me that you're like, no, wait a minute. Mind controlled? I swear you guys just said that it was fine, though, a second ago. Did you not just say no, I'm not gaslighting you guys. I swear you guys said Age of Revolution's levies was fine. Like, I was like, okay, are we okay with Age of Revolution levies? And you guys were like, overwhelmingly yes. You're like, I love that. I love Age of Revolution levies. And I was like, okay. I love Revolution. We need polls? Okay, fine. All right. First poll. Okay, if you say no, tell me what you guys think then. How are you going to regulate how many guys versus the player versus the AI? Like, put in chat, like, if you wrote no, how would you regulate the amount of like, how are you going to make it so the AI has a similar amount of guys to you? Economy? So then it's like a force that's almost tied to the economy, where it's like, like the AI is going to build like based on their tax base amount of guys, or what are we thinking? So it's just based on like you're thinking the AI is going to spend a percentage of their money and then go. How many weapons you have? I mean, to me, it seems like there is a force. Even if there's not a force limit, it's like the AI is going to build. The AI almost is going to treat it as a force limit, right? Like it's going to be like a percentage of the money, a percentage of your economy that you make, or something, right? Sure. Hey. Okay. So we say no to force limit. What about right? It's based on your money though, right? Like force limit does exist, but it's more like what can you reasonably afford? There, like I think like there is some sort of like idea behind it, but like I think the player invests way more into their manpower by far, right? But could the AI handle that? You think that the no levy policy? I think that if they transitioned levies into conscripts, that would be like the best solution. Like more of like a conscript, at least like a I don't know, like the way the Big Three, but obviously not the way that Big Three does combat. But I'm thinking about the menu where you like recruit the guys in Big Three, if you know what I mean. Something like that, where you have like units that are like actual units. It's almost like they're regulars that are in conscripts. Okay. Should like similarly to this. So we say no to force limit. Then I'll ask the question. We don't like force limit, which I think is fair. Oh, thanks, son. Okay. I could take it and then we could close the door for a little bit. Thank you. My girlfriend just bought me dinner. But okay, so we say no to force limit. If it was up to us, right? Which obviously it's not. So what do we think about? Yeah, I know it's scary, guys. It's scary. Here's a question for you. Here's there you go. So generally, we think that governors are out of the guys voting are like to lead all characters. Let me like I'll say so we say in general we like governors. Do we like let's do this. I think that this is my opinion. I also don't want you guys to take my opinion and tell me my opinion. Like, yeah, have your own opinion. Naval governors are well designed. What do you mean designed? I mean like we like that we have to isolate the capital and push naval. Like we think that it's fine that it's fine the way they are. It's fine that you have to push 50 naval. It's fine that they have to be isolated. Did you guys know that you can you can get naval governors to work as long as you have a province in an adjacent region? So we definitely don't like naval governors by the looks of like no one voted none, literally zero. So it seems like we actually as a you guys that are voting are like we like the governor system, but we don't like naval governors. Like we like local governors, but we don't like naval governors at all. It sounds like. Let me guys let me I want to ask you guys something that I was thinking of. Or maybe there's a discussion. Do you think that if you have 50 land, you should get local governors as an increase, as a counteractive something? Because it's not healthy to want to go naval every game to get 2 more capitals, right? So would it be reasonable to have a benefit going land, maybe getting another local governor? I don't know if I like that either, but it seems like it's more of a choice that way. I think that would yeah. Do you guys think that okay, let me ask you this. Do Do you think that we should be hard limited to like 5 governors? How would you guys like to see the amount of governors that we could have? Because I do think that the more, like, you know, the more you have, the more that you get rid of control, right? But there is a point where yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. You would change the control system completely? The AI has the ability to understand this, and neither do I. Based. You'd say that, okay. Let me ask you guys, like, I'm just curious where you guys stand on this. Like, let me ask you guys this. This is, I don't even have the answer to this question for you guys. But do we in general this is just like general question, like, do we like where the balance is between naval and land? I mean, you're not wrong, the Stephen Ox, but I'm just curious to see what the community thinks. Like, it doesn't matter what we think, no, but it is interesting to see how it differs from my opinions. Because I only see the game through my, you know, like one lens. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it doesn't matter what I think or what you think. It matters what Johan thinks, right? Okay. So you guys are pretty split on that. About 50-50. So some of you guys think that in general we like it, but it seems like 50-50. I think that I tend to think that it's not bad. Because I do think there's, I think it's one of the. So let's similarly, you guys seem pretty 50-50, but I'm curious what you guys think about. And I don't even want to give my opinion, but the values here. It's just like a question. We're polling people. We're polling. What do you guys think? Do we like the spiritualist versus humanist value system? Do we feel good with that? Do we think that's fun? I don't necessarily think it's terrible. I don't. What I think is interesting is that it seems like the community is like everyone likes spiritualists but me. Like, you guys are like, I love spiritualists. I'm like, I go humanist every game. I don't like spiritualists. You guys like spiritualists for reasons that I don't understand. But some of you seem like, I've seen YouTube comments that are like, hey, you know, we really like this. And I'm like, okay, but why? Possible clerics is so good. Why is it so good? I only like it in the sense that I like my subjects to culture convert faster. And I like the tolerance. But it seems like there's actually, it seems like a lot of you. Let's just ask that general question for you guys then, actually, because I want to see where you guys are at. Let's just take a poll about what value do you think is stronger between humanists and spiritualists? Oh, I'm abbreviating because I'm lazy. Like vote what value you would go. And I'm not talking about like just early game, but let's say that you're playing until like 1637. Like your campaign, you're planning to play until 1637. What is your preferred choice? So what I'm saying is that I'm including the cabinet or the tolerance here. Religious tolerance is like something to think about too. I don't really know what the spiritualist equivalent is, but we could also include that in the I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's something, right? That's like equivalent, but the reverse. Maybe. Including vassals doing your culture converting for you. Yeah, just completely, like everything included. Like just like as a value in general, which one do you think is stronger in general? Yes, I've had that in my World Conquest run. It was like +3 a month towards not free trade, right? Because yeah, I had every market. Yes. Now, here's a question. Maybe I won't poll you, but do you guys think that religion should have to be a majority to core something? Because in early access, they actually did that. They did that for like several months, and then they reverted it. Yeah, like should your religion have to be 50% like your culture is? And if not, why? Like the question I'm asking is, why does it make sense that your culture has to be 50%, but your religion doesn't? Like from a roleplay perspective, I guess you could say. Okay. Okay. So how I'm this is an open-ended question. It's not a poll, but like, what do you guys think would be a better way for integration to work? Do we like the idea of that it happens slowly over time? Like, sure. My question always, when I was in early access and stuff like that, was like, okay, why would you want to go spiritualist ever? Right? Which I understand that there's like an argument for it now, because sure, possible clerics in towns, okay? But this didn't used to be a thing. You know, in the early access. It was just these. Okay. So before, if you disclude this, is there ever a reason to go spiritualist? Like, why do we care about converting? What does converting do for us? Like, maybe you guys, maybe I don't know. Like, for example, if I look down here and I'm like, okay, you know, some of this land is more Sunni than not. Like, what does this really do? Is it just like maybe my overall satisfaction is lower? Like, what exactly does having more people that are not my religion really do? Maybe it affects like tolerance, and so they're is it just their happiness? Generally. So pop satisfaction. Slows the game down. Tolerance equals dev. Can you... Now, this is a question for you guys that play EU4. Why do you think that in EU4, then like every nation doesn't feel the same, but in EU5 it tends to be the case? What do we think is the issue there? Because I do agree with you. A lot of you guys saying that. I've heard that sentiment a lot. Do you think but I think it's not just mission trees. Because I don't feel like I don't know. There's a lot of nations that I would play in EU4 that's like I don't really care that much about the mission tree, and I still enjoy them. And they feel different. Like for example, like I could play a nation in EU4 that with no mission tree, and then play a different one with no mission tree, and it would feel drastically different. So why would that? What would that be? Do you got here's one that I've been thinking about too the other day. What about technology groups? Do we feel like they're unique enough at the moment? Or like in EU4, you have like the technology groups get different units and stuff like that. Like, do we feel like that's do we like that current system? Because there are unique bonuses. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I tend to agree with a lot of you guys out there that are like, hey, we don't want this to be EU4 the second, right? And so I can see a lot of points of being like, okay, we can't just go back to some of the EU4 stuff. We have to like think of new ways to innovate these things. But yeah. Yeah, you can go humanist like straight away early on, easily. You just have to change your laws. I do like every game. If you change there's like 3 laws you can change that will like make you not humanist or make you humanist. You just have to change your you change your religious law to any religion, and it gives you humanist trend. And this is especially good because you're probably starting on spiritualist trend, so this is like a 0.2 in the other direction. And then you do censorship law to no censorship. That gives more humanist trend. And then what I do for the third thing is I change off of where is it? I change off of religious teachings because religious teachings gives 0.1 towards spiritualist, and I just switch to individual apprenticeships, which I think is worse, but it gets rid of the trend. That's what I like to do. But if you guys didn't know, you can in the age of let's say in the age of the religion. Yes, the age of the religion. There is a disaster that helps you push max. Show us my capitals. Yeah, but it's really nice to push max Humanist, I think. Show us your capitals. This is my Cook Prussia game. Why did I load this again? I don't remember. Oh, because yeah, max Spiritualist. Or max Humanist, I mean. I like the tolerance though. I wanted to test something. I'll show capital. I want to go to my Spain campaign and like test this because I don't really understand why this worked. Oh, you know what's fried? Tell me if you guys can figure out. Do you remember my game where I can build the local governor for no reason? Do you guys remember that? Like in my Milan game, I could build a local governor in Milan, even though my capital wasn't there. Why don't I like same faith tolerance though? Because I'm not gonna convert is why. Yeah, the local governor in Florence. Like, is there a way to repeat that? But okay, I'm curious about this. So, you have your naval governor, right? And like, I like okay, just destroy it for testing purposes, right? Now, I noticed I didn't have to move my capital. I can just build it, which which is weird, right? Because I thought it was like you had to like my capital's in India, right? Like it's like region wise, it's not even adjacent or anything close, right? Like it's clearly like way off. So is it just that you have to own something that's adjacent? Why can I build a naval capital here? I thought, like, okay, let's just like test it. I guess like if I got rid of this land, I don't know, just sold it to Ming or something, right? Would you guys think that I wouldn't be able to now build the governor? Like, what do you guys think? Does that one location like provide the value there? Like, let's just wait the months tick and see. No, so it's like, why? So that doesn't matter at all. But why? I find that like super confusing. Like, how do you see the requirements? Like, I don't. But yeah, me too. So like, the question would be like, okay, if I have my capital in Europe, would that make a difference? Because like that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I like why it would work. I mean, let's just move my capital to somewhere random and see. Do you guys think that? Because I thought overseas. What does overseas mean? Because when I look it up, like here, overseas, this is a location that has no land connection to the capital and is on another continent. Oh, okay. So continent. That's why. That's why it works. Oh. So Asia's like, okay, that's what it is. So it's like, it's, okay. But wait a minute, though, that doesn't make sense. Mortal, I need you to make me a mod. Can you help me out with a mod? But hold on. I need the mod to delete forts and professionals. But I thought that, okay, but I have a naval governor in Sevilla, right? That'd be huge, man. So if I deleted the naval governor here, you can put it on your capital's continent or an adjacent region. Oh. Okay. Now we go to the Milan situation, right? How do we recreate the Milan situation? Why did I play an Iron Man? That was so cooked, man. I freaking cooked that run. I didn't even, I don't even feel like editing that anymore. I'm like, whatever. F it. Okay, but so yeah, okay, I get it now. So it's because Asia's this massive continent that it's all good, right? It's chill. Oh, so there's a revolt right now, though. I think it was this place anyways, right? Okay. How does this make any sense? Okay, I appreciate you. I just wanted to try it out and see if it'd be fun. Like, more challenging, if it was, like, no levies. I mean, I just want to do... I would almost like it, like, just to try with no professionals. Oh, can you also turn off mercenaries? Sorry. No mercenaries, no professionals. So it's like levies only. But like, why does this work? How did I do this? I don't know how I did this, but why does this local governor work? Does it make any? It makes zero sense, right? Like something like broke hard. It makes zero sense that I could build a local governor here, right? Like I can't build one anywhere else. Like for example, like why can't I build one over here? Right? Why can't I build a local government anywhere else? No. This is a city. This is a city. Why can't I build a local governor there? No, no. Listen, my capital's not even anywhere close to this place at all. Like it's isolated, right? It's over here. But like the Civil War is not the issue. I should probably just resolve the Civil War real quick so I can like see, but yeah. But I mean, my capital's actually in the wrong spot, anyways. But I can't. It's annoying. Civil Wars are annoying. I mean, this campaign is cooked at this point, anyways. But the point being is like, yeah, that. Why can I build a local governor here, but not here? And this is like just broken, like in this campaign. I don't know how I did it. But Bologna has a road connected to the capital, right? No. But how do you see the conditions here? Yeah, but there's also no road connected to the capital here, right? And furthermore, I moved my capital to China, and I could still build it here. So there's not the road isn't a relevant argument because I had my capital in China on this game, and it would still let me build it here. So why? Well, the question it doesn't become like, okay, how do we repeat this? Right? Like if this is an exploit, how can we repeat this exploit? Because that's kind of what the question becomes, like, okay, how did we do this? And can we do it again? I mean, if you can figure that out, that'd be interesting. It's definitely like exploit. Like, so let me tell you what happened. I think I had a governor here, and I moved my capital to China. And for whatever reason, it didn't brick this, and it turned it into a place where I could always build it. That's like that. Those are kind of like the conditions that like I think that it happened in. So, like if we went to my Spain game, could we repeat that? Is it just that location that's broken though? Maybe. I wish I didn't play Iron Man mode, and I won't do that in the future because I can I get I couldn't get it to work in the Spain game though. Oh, I'm like how I wonder like why. Do you think like could it be capital based or like maybe it's continent based? I could try that. Like maybe when you move your capital to a different continent, it like breaks. So like maybe if I try to move my capital, you know, we move our capital to whatever. That it will I'll even try like a different layer to like governor. I mean, I already have like two, but I'm guessing this won't work, but I think it's currently stalled. Wait, did it build? Okay, it's building. It's like super slow. Access stalled. Okay. I'm wondering if it was continent based. That's like the only thing I can think of because it doesn't really make sense otherwise. But if you look at this, it's like, okay, maybe if the building like builds, that's not the right building. Where did I build that governor? Here? Yeah. Like, okay. The capital moves. Does it like immediately stop building? Yeah, it stops building. I don't know how I did that. That's so weird. It's weird that I somehow like glitched it out, but I'm just like, how did I like manage to do that? I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird glitch that I like somehow managed. completely ruined. That's just so sad. It ruins that. Like, how did I do that? I really don't know. Hmm. I had my capital in Milan and I moved it to China. And for whatever reason, it didn't brick my local governor that was in, that was like there. Like, I don't know why. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I was just gonna be like, okay. Okay, so I can't rebuild. Well, wait, a month tick. Yeah, that makes sense. So I can't. So your governor doesn't tank though. Your naval governor does not, like, it doesn't have any checks like it should, right? Like, I shouldn't be able to have a governor. Right. I don't really know the conditions of the run. It was like, I don't know why it happened. It's so bizarre. But it's weird because I deleted it and rebuilt it, and it's like it's like now flagged to always be available in that location. Like, I wonder if I could turn on debug mode and look, like, if there was like anything, like any info there. Like, it's something weird. It's a simple solution to all the cheese though that I've seen is like they just need to put a cap on the like, if you have a local governor, you need to have an 80 cap. Right? Like that's not that hard of a fix. But I wonder if I like can go to debug mode at all. Like, I don't know, it's Iron Man, so I don't really know that would give you any info. Doesn't really tell me anything, does it? No, it doesn't really say anything. It's like the game thinks there's a road connected here. But I don't know why. I don't know why that is. It's so confusing. Like, yeah, I don't know. No, they do. They do brick it. I'll tell you that Civil Wars definitely brick it. Because I should have a connection right there. Like, watch, if I reconnect this, it'll let me build it, I think, right? Like, for example, it's like now you can do that. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the road. But you see, I can build all these now. Right? But it's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, now it's like reasonable that it would work, right? Because but it's like, why? It's like broken in a way that makes 0 sense. Right? Like, here, I'll show you. I think I might be max loans, actually. I might not be able to. Maybe I can. Here, if you don't believe me, like we'll take it one step further. I'll move my capital out of there, and then there's no way there's a road, right? Then you guys can believe me. That's how you guys will believe me, I'm sure, right? So then there's no way there's a road connected, right? To Navarra. Yeah, this run is a little bit tough. A little bit tough. Am I gonna go bankrupt? No, I should be fine. Okay, so my capital is like, it's not here, right? It's nowhere close. I don't even own the location anymore, though. Part of the problem. I gotta get that back. Bro. I can't even get it back. How about all my guys? Like, group up. We gotta get it back. We gotta... Okay, just try again. Just try again. There we go. There we go. Huge. Okay. Wait, now it's broken. Maybe that broke it for real, or that fixed it. The Civil War cooked it. Now we'll never know. Well, what do you do? Can't win them all. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night, but we figured out something. All right, we're gonna urbanize everything. No. Listen, my capital is in China. You can't convince me that there was a road from over here in China all the way to Milan. Okay, there wasn't. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. There wasn't a road there. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy.